Hi, Roberta here. I wanted to show you a video or share with you a journal that I made really quite some time ago. And I'm doing this because recently I saw some posts on the Junk Journal Junkies group by some members, and I'm sure there are people who belong to many groups, who were saying that they weren't sure if their journals were good enough to post or they weren't as fancy and full of expensive things as other people's journals. And I have made all kinds of journals, but this one is actually, to date, still one of my favorite journals. And it was made with a 25-cent composition book covered with a sheet of paper that just has food words on it because I like food words, although the journal has nothing to do with food. Put some ribbon on it, and it was basically, I put month tabs on it, so every time I entered a new month I put a tab on it. It was cards that were given to me that I just liked. This was something that we wore at work for a while for a special reason. I went to a conference and I put some things from the conference in here, some brochures. I went to New Orleans. It was my first time there. Took some pictures with my phone and just printed them out on my printer. No fancy paper, no nothing. We did get to see a concert, which was actually free and part of the conference that we were at, so that was great. Took some pictures and some brochures at one of the museums that we visited. And then from there went on to Florida to visit a friend and just did some things showing our thrift shopping experiences because we both love going to consignment stores. And this is where we stayed. A picture of my daughter on the beach. She would hate that I shared that with you. Some pictures of a time I spent with a cousin in Vermont and some receipts from stores. Just a picture of something that I kind of liked as a possible idea for if you bought an old couch, how you could cover it and make it look good. Some quotes that I liked. Some art things that I liked. More quotes that I liked. An art project that I did with my students in the fall. That was also another art project that I did with my students. Some journaling prompts that I did with my students. In October, that's my birthday month, some pictures of some of the things that I got for my birthday. Some tags that I found that I liked. These are cough drop wrappers, and they have sayings on them, which I just never noticed before, and I really like that. Some pictures of flowers. I won't even bother showing you the whole thing. I think I glued 2 pages together and then glued things on. Just things that I saw that were seasonal that I liked. Family tree kinds of things, only this was I'm grateful for. Something from a baby shower. So you can see it's just brochures and pictures that kind of spoke to me. This was about a TV show that I used to really like watching. And, I have maybe 4 or 5 pages for each month. I think it started in June with my going to that conference, and it ended, well, in June the next year. I don't have June on here, but I think it did. Picture of a stray cat that came to our house that I really kind of fell in love with. Again, tickets from events. There is just nothing fancy about this at all. These are, foam kid stickers. These were some messing around with some art things that I did, again with my students, some jelly printing, complaining about taxes. It's just that kind of a thing, and there's not a thing in here that's expensive. I used a lot of magazine cutouts, and even the photos that I printed, again, I printed them on regular printer paper. I spent no money on this whatsoever. And it's fun, and it reminds me of a really good year that I had, and I enjoy it a lot, and nobody really has to like it but me, and that's okay, but I don't mind sharing it because seeing something like this that someone else once did made me, or gave me the inspiration to make a journal like this. So that's why I would say no matter what you think of your journal, I ate all of those. We were selling them. It was a fundraiser, and when I realized I had this many of these wrappers in my top desk drawer, I knew it was time to stop eating them and start selling them. Yeah, just stuff. And then it just sort of ended, and I didn't continue it, and that's okay too. that's all right too. So I just wanted to share that so people would understand that you don't have to spend a lot of money and you can use junk mail or stuff that you call junk. And some people can take junk and make it look really amazing, and that's okay too. And it doesn't mean that anybody's journal is better than anybody else's. And I think we can all be inspired by each other. And if we look at a journal and say, well, that's really not my style, that's okay because we still can learn something from watching or looking at it. So I just wanted to share that. Okay, thanks a lot for watching.